everyone, my name is Shy and I voice Josephine. I'm 17 years old and I'll have been voice acting for 3 years in July. I don't know if it's a weird way to have gotten into voice acting, but I really like watching comic dubs of different things. During summer break, 3 years ago, I was watching some of these voice actors doing a stream, and they were just talking, and I guess somebody must have asked a question about where they had all met, and it was at Casting Call Club. So as soon as they said that website and that sometimes they would look for people to be extras in their comics, I went over and I signed up immediately, and then I would audition for like 10 things a day, and I would get some sometimes, and then I would keep auditioning for 10 things a day, and then suddenly I had over 300 auditions put out and I was swamped in work. But it's fun though, it's really fun. I think the most challenging part about voicing Josephine is keeping her energy up or down or wherever it needs to be. Josephine is a very, sometimes all over the place character with how she speaks and her emotions, so in order to get it right, I need to go over the script like multiple times, like more than I usually would, just so I can plan out, okay, she's going to be all the way up here, her complete whatever she's doing, and then I need to bring it down a notch so I can take it up a notch again. It's a whole planning thing. It's a whole planning thing, and it just might be a me thing, but that's what's hard about it for me. But I think that's the most fun part about her, is I get to be all over the place and I get to try new things. She's such a well-rounded character and somebody who feels so much and expresses so much, and I get to express so much too, and I just think that's really fun. Depending on how many lines Josephine has, it'll usually take me 5 minutes at least, and 30 minutes at most before I cut the lines down. I don't actually count, or I don't actually look at the screen to see. Usually, to get ready for it, I'll read through the script, I'll find all my lines, I'll look around at what's going on, what's happening, and then I brace myself for whatever I have to do. Usually it takes a second for me to warm up my voice and get into it, basically. Usually with characters, I have a phrase or a word that I say and I know I can say in the voice, and that gets me into it. Lately, I just sit there and I scream gun because that's the name that she yells a lot, or sometimes, and I just know I can do that. It must sound really weird to my parents if they're in the other room sometimes, just me screaming gun. Josephine is a very strong character inside and out, and she's not afraid to do what she needs to do and say what she wants to say. And whenever she is afraid, she'll express that, but she also moves ahead with it. And I really admire that, and I'm not like that all the time. And I wish I was more like her, because I really look up to her as like a really strong character. Saying that, I don't think I'd want to voice anybody else in the show. I really like Josephine. I have a really strong attachment to her that I didn't know that I was going to have whenever I first started this. So I don't think the feeling I get whenever I record would be the same if it wasn't with Josephine. Working on Project Infinity has been really amazing. I remember being reached out to and asked if I could play this role, and I had no idea what this was. And I had looked it up before I said yes, and it was actually really interesting, and I thought I'd give it a go. Since then, it's just been really fun, and I've been able to learn so much more about what I can do as a voice actress and push my boundaries with Josephine, because I haven't been able to do characters like her very often. I just think it's been a cool and wonderful experience all around. I'd like to say thank you to the fans who watch Project Infinity. I know that a lot of time and hard work has gone into these projects, and it's so nice to see that all the effort is paying off and people really like it. I'm cool with helping out anybody on their projects or voice lines or anything that they need. You can find me at ShyRenn on Casting Call and ShyRenn VA on Twitter. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching!